Okay, this is a little icing on the cake, and we can do some more of this as we proceed through the weeks. Generally speaking, you don't want to be in infighting very often because it's so unpredictable. Generally, you want this space between you and your opponent. But of course, both fences are making decisions, and you do end up in that situation, obviously. So this is about as close as you typically find. So one way you can do it is pull your arm way back and try to hit in the flank, if need be. Or even out here, you really have to make this angle with your hand. It's easier with a French grip actually, but people with pistol grips do it. If you find yourself down, you can do the cant or 5 parry, which is this, and just place your blade right there. Look at how close I am, because I bent my arm back almost to my knee to make the repost. One of the big ones, of course, is the preem parry. If someone comes at me at this side and I make a preem, and so I'm guiding their blade past me, this is to prevent them from making a disengage. Here's the blade orientation. And from here, I have to make what's essentially an upside down touch, so to speak. And I do that, I'm turning the doorknob, opening the door, so to speak, putting my elbow in front and my wrist sort of near my head, or up high is even better, and come down like this and make that's one place where you do make a volley with your thrust. Now the rules have changed such that we are still allowed to fence, still allowed. It's only when we're past each other that the referee calls halt. So referees are a little more lenient about this than they used to be. And if you're in this kind of position, they may not stop you. One thing to do is simply stand there where they can't get you until the referee calls halt. Another is to run past, though you may risk getting hit, and the other is to try to hit. So even if you're here, you want your blade up high above your head and coming down. If you have a room where you can jump, even the jump will do it. I mentioned, I think last week, that you see, if you watch Garrick Meinhardt in some of the recent international competitions, twice in one of his bouts, he parries the guy who runs past him and he goes behind his back and hits him. And those guys practice those moves, and they happen, I don't know, 3 times a tournament, but it was crucial when it happened. So it's a nice little extra tool in your toolbox. The other is, if you parry this way, you go around your head and scratch, if you're right-handed, scratch your left ear and hit like this. I used to do this in college a lot. If you parry 2, take a big sweeping parry, step in, bring your blade around your head and hit like this. You can practice that by taking your right hand, if you're right-handed, and scratching your left ear, or vice versa if you're lefty. So these are things that I would practice after I've done all the fundamental stuff. One of these sorts of parries, behind my head, next to my ear. Or parry 5 or cant position, down nice and low, thrusting up. Or from close by, making an angle. That's got a name, en cavant, caved in. Or just a preem parry from here, maybe a jump to land. If you're doing this in your home, please make sure there's nobody around you, of course, so you don't want to be sweeping your blade and hitting someone. So you can practice that. Doesn't hurt. And then when you have a partner, it's really good to create these positions so you can practice the strangeness of that and get used to it. Okay, that's all for this week. I hope you will practice this many times, and I'll see you next week.